Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Hip Hop and Anime Vibes, the podcast. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy DTown, a.k.a. Hip Hop and Anime Vibes, a.k.a. Goody Mob Psycho 100, a.k.a. Living my life like it's Golden Frieza, a.k.a. Katsuki Baku Glow. Welcome back, man. What's good? How you been? How's your week? Yeah? That's good. Yo, again, I want to welcome you guys back. I'm excited to be back, but before we get into today's episodes, a couple things we need to get out the way. First and foremost, I have purchased 100 copies of my very first album to give away to my biggest supporters for absolutely free. All you have to do is cover the shipping, and wherever you are in the world, I will send it to you. The link is in the description to this week's episode. Make sure you claim yours, because once I'm out of 100, they're gone for good, baby, all right? Next thing, make sure you guys are keeping up with the Hip Hop and Anime Vibes podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, or tag a friend in the comments or the description, but make sure you guys are subscribing to keep up and get notifications when we drop these episodes, all right, man? We got some more fire lined up for you guys, and I would hate for you to miss this pure hot Dylon that we are cooking up. Make sure you guys stay on top of the Hip Hop and Anime Vibes Facebook group. That is where we keep the conversation going from the conversations that we have here on the podcast. So you're able to weigh in and we're able to hear your voice and keep a dialogue going. Or you could start up a new conversation there. But make sure you guys join the Facebook group. Would love to hear from you guys. All right. Let's get into the show. As you guys can tell, I'm in a good mood this week, but I owe you guys an apology. I told you guys that I would be going on vacation and I would have some fire lined up for you guys. Here's the deal. I did, but then I didn't. See, time management is a thing that sometimes I struggle with, and I was a last-minute packer. I also recorded a last-minute podcast with some friends. You guys are going to get that content. Trust and believe you will, because I believe in delivering, right? But it was. I also recorded like 3 other podcasts that I wanted to batch up for you guys and kick out. I was talking about Aisha Curry. I interviewed a couple of my friends, and I did one where I talked a little bit about my trip in Mexico. But that Mexico one didn't come out quite right. I'm still probably going to give you guys the Aisha Curry one. And I'm also going to give you guys the one where I interviewed a couple of my friends and talked about anime. So really dope creatives. I'm starting up a new series on that. You guys are going to get it right here. So make sure you subscribe for all of that. But I apologize for leaving you guys high and dry for a week. I know. This relationship is off to a rocky start, but trust and believe. I will do my very best to show up each and every week from this point moving forward and deliver the best content that I can possibly deliver. You guys have my 110% commitment on that. All right? Cool. So, as a result of that, I don't necessarily know how long this episode's going to last. I'm not going to try and cover too much, but we're going to be talking about both hip hop and anime. So I'm going to put them both together in this particular week's episode. If you guys like this format and you guys would like me to continue doing episodes like this, like you're about to hear, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to alternate between hip hop and anime week over week. All right, so let's get into it. Logic. Bring that ass here, boy. Bring that ass here. Fam, listen. A lot has gone on in hip-hop since I had went on my lovely vacation in Cabo, Mexico with my lovely wife.
Flex.
All-inclusive vacation, all-inclusive resort.
Flex.
We had a mini bar in the room.
Flex.
They restocked the Jim, Jack, and Jose in Smirnoff every night.
Flex.
Woke up every morning, had a margarita, wasn't paying any attention to what was going on back here in the States because I was surrounded by nothing but sand, waves, great music, pools, palm trees, phenomenal decor, 90-degree weather. I was enjoying myself.
Flex.
I come back to find out that Logic dropped an album. What the fuck is this album? Let's just get right to it. What the fuck is this album? Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Logic, come here, man. We gotta have a conversation. Because you know what? I was riding with you on Under Pressure. All right? Bobby Tarantino, I'm riding with you too, all right? The Incredible True Story, it was different, but I'm still riding with you. Everybody. Nah, that joint wasn't for everybody, and it certainly wasn't for me. That's where you lost me. Bobby Tarantino 2. Contra, I'm not gonna lie, Contra on that joint, it's a bop, it bangs. But you know what? Bobby Tarantino 2, not for me. Young Sinatra 4. I fucks with it. You got some joints on that one, you spitting. I fucks with it. Supermarket? The soundtrack? Nah, fam. This album, I could not even listen to the whole thing. There is some shit going on with Logic, and I need somebody in his camp to pull him to the side and have a serious conversation with him. This is Logic's most flat and uninspired album to date. Hands down, bar none. I'm not even comparing him to anybody else in the industry, but when you listen to this album, this is what it sounds like when you make it and you lose that hunger. This sounds like my man's literally went into the booth and really had no direction. None of the songs really have the direction even all his previous works had. It sounds like to me, all right? And I've seen a variety of different people record. I even have different recording tactics, but there doesn't seem to be cohesive thoughts on this project. I could not finish the entire thing. He is becoming a parody of himself. He is becoming a character of himself. Some of these songs were so dumbed down and so stripped away and so generic and so underwhelming and under-inspiring that I felt like it was an insult, not to music, not to hip-hop, but to humanity. Here's the thing that people are going to argue, right? D, you sound like a hater. After all, you got to look at the stats. You got to look at the numbers on the board, right? Logic is the only artist within the past 3 years to drop not one, not two, but 3 consecutive number one albums back to back to back to back to back. Here's what I have to say to that. Fuck that.
Whoa there.
His core demographic is not me. And I acknowledge that. I understand that. His core demographic could give a fuck less about lyrics. And you know what? I see Logic leaning into that shit too. That's what this project feels like. It feels like my man's knew if he could package up anything and just put it out there, that people will buy it. And you know what? He's fucking right. Can't hate on the man's success. Can't take nothing away from him. Statistically, he's doing very well. And you know what? What I say doesn't even matter when it comes down to the financial aspect of things. But here's the thing, right? I'm done. I've given this cat 7 albums, but I'm noticing a trend. Quality-wise, they are declining. And somebody needs to step up and help this man. Now, I know he had a rough year, all right, with the divorce of his wife. I get that. That's never an easy thing to do. But fam, if shit's going this way and music is going to continue to sound like this, I know he's been dropping albums back to back. This is his 2nd album this year, and it's still not on point. I think, I know he drops year after year, back to back to back to back. Take some time off. Take some time off. Take some time off. Wrap this tour up. Take some time off. Because fam, the way that shit is going right now, the way that this shit is sounding right now, he's going to have a serious negative impact on his legacy and what he's remembered as. Right now, I feel like listening to him, even though he's a mixed kid, I feel like he's on the verge of Vanilla Ice status. It's borderline becoming parody rap, which is a fucking shame because one of the things that we don't have a lot of in hip hop is positive hip hop, inspiring hip hop, and uplifting hip hop. But here's the thing, man. The message ain't there on this album. This is some of the most flat, bland, unseasoned shit that I have heard in my life. This is fucking lyrical mayonnaise that this cat is kicking out. And he's expecting us to buy into that. Peep game, I'm not a 13-year-old kid in the Midwest that gets cyberbullied, so I understand. Maybe this is your cup of tea. Maybe you vibe with that shit, all right? But I'm saying this. I noticed a significant change from Under Pressure to now. And noticing the trend now, these albums are getting consistently worse and worse and worse and worse. You guys want to know the secret why he has 3 number 1 albums back to back to back? And this is smart business. I'm going to open up your eyes and show you guys something here. The reason he has 3 number 1 albums back to back to back, not only does his fan base, does his core demographic that he's targeting, not only do they buy music, but when you look at who he's going up against, no one. Logic is smart that way. He releases this music when he's not going heads up against a Wale or a J. Cole or a Drake or a Kendrick Lamar. This, fam, listen, how the fuck do you get bodied by Gucci Mane, Wiz Khalifa, and G-Eazy on your own fucking album, and you're supposed to be a lyricist? You're supposed to be a lyricist. You're supposed to be the shit with the pen. And you fuck around and get bodied by Gucci Mane?
Whoa there.
On your album? I know I'm getting into it, and I know I said I was going to talk about anime shit. I'm not even going to get into the Joyner Lucas track that he did, because you know what? That verse that he kicked with Joyner Lucas was better than anything he spit on his album. Flat out. No exaggerations, no cap, no jab. 100% pure facts. You don't believe me? Waste your time and go listen to this album. I could go on and on about Logic, but I'm going to hard quit it right here. Moral of the story is, nah. In the words of the great political figure and civil rights activist Maxine Waters, I am reclaiming my time. Goddamn right I am. But let me know what you guys think about this Logic album. Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you listen? Do you care? Do you guys... Was I too hard on Logic? Should I ease up? Should I understand? Or was I spot on? Was I right? Here's the thing. Just go ahead and say that I was right. If you feel like I was right, put 100% emoji. Put that 100 emoji in the comments section, all right? But we're going to move on.
Watch out, little bitch.
One Punch Man, Season 2. All right, so I managed to get caught up on some of the anime that I'm watching here. Peep game. One Punch Man, Season 2. I'm currently in the tournament arc, all right? Things have finally started to heat up. And let me just say this. Me as an anime fan, as a seasoned anime blurred, one of the things that I love about anime is a good tournament arc. I feel like when it's done right, not only do you develop the character in a way that we can understand not only them as a person, but their ideologies and what it is that they subscribe to, but also you get to see the limits of their powers. With that being said, I am completely underwhelmed by this fucking tournament arc that is One Punch Man Season 2. I don't even know the name of the tournament, but I can tell you this. The reason I'm underwhelmed by this entire tournament arc is because going into it, we already know what's going to happen. We already know who the strongest is there. We already know how the fights are going to go. It's very anticlimactic. It felt like it was a waste of time. I'm struggling to even finish this season because the storyline is falling so flat. And it's just like, I don't feel like there's really a buildup this season to what's going on. Now, I understand there's a subplot going on right now outside of the tournament where the League of Monsters or the Monster Civilization or the Monsters or the Monstars, whatever, man. I understand that they're trying to take over cities A through Z. I get that. They launched a coordinated attack to throw off all of the heroes. And even then, all we're doing is watching Genos get his ass handed to him. The guy is nothing but a fucking cybernetic Krillin with a full head of hair. That's it. Taking L after L after L.
Oh, God.
I'm not really feeling this season.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know if they can do anything to win me back over. Now, I'm committed to this series. I'm going to continue to watch. But even the final fight where the final fight of the tournament where Saitama squared off against Old Boy. Like, Like, fam, we knew what was gonna happen. We knew he wasn't gonna legit hand Saitama the L. So they pull this ass pull for a rule talking about no disguises. Like, fam, we knew that dude couldn't beat Saitama anyway. They found out a way to make him lose, but we know Saitama wasn't gonna lose. He fucking loses. But it wasn't because of the dude overpowering him. It was because the disguise fell off. Fam, I understand the series doesn't take itself too serious, but it's hard for me to stay invested with a tournament arc this flat. I haven't seen a tournament arc this bad in quite a while, and I would have to sit down and really think of all the anime that I've watched where I've seen a tournament arc that might have been worse than this. But even then, even the card duels in Yu-Gi-Oh! Aren't this bad. You know, here's the thing. We go in knowing that the main character is going to win, but it's like, what resistance or challenge is he going to face? The part of watching a good tournament arc is watching the main character overcome some shit. Overcome his opponents. Overcome obstacles and adversities in his way. And there's none of that in this tournament arc.
Talk to him.
It's going to be a very forgettable tournament arc. This might be one of the most forgettable arcs in anime when everything is all said and done. Now, I attribute a lot of that to the director this season. I can't quite remember the director's name, but I did a little bit of research and found out that he, prior to handling the direction or the art direction or the animation direction for One Punch Man, he had done an Ichi anime that no one really knows about. That was the only directing credit that he had. Now, here's the thing. I know they switched studios, and I know everybody needs a chance, but I said something on the Black Anime Vibes podcast a couple weeks ago. If you guys tune in and heard me say it, I said, the way that One Punch Man Season 2 is animated and the aesthetic that it has, it feels like a low-budget Ichi anime during character development. And the reason I said that is because you'll see some of the shit that they do, right? A monster will pull up, square up on Saitama, he'll cock back. When he cocks his fist back, they cut away to showing either the monster explode or an explosion somewhere else in the city, but they won't show the actual collision or the hit. This happens quite a few times in the earlier episodes of season 2, and if you look at like any fan service Ichi anime, that's sometimes you'll see that shit. You know, you'll see the guy walk in on the chick in the shower. She'll turn, she'll see him, her eyes will get wide, she'll scream, she'll cock her hand back, and you don't see the collision of her hitting the dude, you just see the dude flying out the fucking bathroom. So, and I apologize for the profanity and shit like that this week, but I'm really fired up, and it's because I feel like they are capable of better. I don't feel like they're reaching the true potential yet, and I'm holding out hope. So I'm still gonna continue to watch this. I hope it continues to build, because you know what? I felt kind of the same way about Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 early on. And they pulled some stuff out, and I really, really, really warmed up to the series after they kind of not only picked up the pace, but I seen where they were going. Mob Psycho Season 2 was less about action and more about developing Mob as a character. And I love how they went through different lessons to pull that off and show just the emotional range of Mob. And we got to know who he was, as opposed to him being just a mindless kid doing whatever anyone told him to do in season 1. So I'm gonna hold out a little bit more hope on One Punch Man Season 2, but I wanna know what you guys think. Am I being too hard on the tournament arc? Should I calm down? Should I take it easy? Is it just another tournament arc, or am I missing something? Or do you guys feel the same way I do? Please let me know in the comments. If you feel like I'm right, just drop 100 emoji in the comments, all right? And I know I'm right, so make sure you load up those 100 emojis, all right? Let's go.
Watch out, little bitch.
Last, but certainly not least, will be a new segment that I'm introducing to the podcast known as Double Time. Now, what is Double Time? It's simple. It's very simple, and I think I'm going to get a kick out of this. It allows me to bring you guys a ton more content. Essentially, what I do is I go through the headlines, read you guys the headline, and very quickly or succinctly give you my opinion. So I have a tendency to be long-winded. This is going to challenge me to convey to you exactly what it is I'm feeling in a very short amount of time. So we'll be covering both hip-hop and anime this week. in our very first Double Time segment. Also in this segment, you guys should know that all the anime news is being sourced and pulled from BGA, Black Girls Anime. Shout outs to the girl Eunice over there at Black Girls Anime. If you guys aren't following her, you're messing up in life, all right?
Talk to him.
Live action Akira film by Thor Ragnarok director set to drop May 21st, 2021. Here's the thing, live action anime. I didn't ask for this. I'm not a fan of live action anime. Haven't seen the cast yet, probably gonna hate it.
Talk to him.
Next up, Fooly Cooly Progressive and Fooly Cooly Alternative are now available on Crunchyroll. Didn't ask for both of these spin-offs to happen, but I really love Fooly Cooly, especially the original one. If I ever run low on anime to watch in my queue, I may fire these things up and give them a spin. Hopefully, I'm pleasantly surprised by what it is I have to find.
Talk to him.
Only on Toonami on Adult Swim, Toonami will be running the Gundam Origin series starting on July 6th. I'm a huge Gundam fan, huge fan of mecha anime in general. I've actually already started watching this, I believe. There are a couple episodes in, so Toonami, definitely you guys need to catch up, but I'm happy to see that it's getting a mainstream release here on broadcast cable television. So I won't be watching on Toonami, but I'll definitely be watching on some of my other streaming platforms.
Talk to him.
Next up, Sonic live action film will be delayed until February 14th of 2020 to redesign Sonic the Hedgehog. Didn't ask for this movie as well. This is another reason why live adaptations low-key borderline suck. I don't know how they thought they were going to roll that hedgehog out to us and get us to believe it's okay. Jim Carrey looks good, but they're obviously redesigning him. They're going to be replacing Jim Carrey with Drew Carey.
They don't want to see us win.
That last part, I made up, but I can tell you're all up in your feelings. I'm still not convinced this is going to be a good movie, but I do look forward to seeing what the redesign looks like.
Talk to him.
Next up, Tyler, the Creator, tells Drake to send nudes, bro. No, now, here's the thing. Igor, love the album. If you haven't listened to the Igor album, it's an album about Tyler, the Creator, falling in love with another boy that I presume to be Jaden Smith, but he can't be in the relationship with Jaden Smith because Jaden Smith is in a relationship with a girl, and by the end of the album, he's just trying to figure out how to be friends with Jaden Smith. So with him telling Drake to send nudes, bro, I feel like this is on brand for what it is Tyler, the Creator, is doing now. Not shocking, not taken aback by it.
Talk to him.
Sosa Man reportedly arrested for felony human trafficking. Who?
Talk to him.
Tech9 says people prefer earlier Eminem songs and his older music purely based on nostalgia. No shit, Sherlock. You don't have to be Conan Edogawa to get that one or to figure that one out. Brilliant job. You don't have to be Olivia Benson to figure this one out. Case closed.
Talk to him.
King Los addresses rumors that Juice WRLD can freestyle better than him. King Los better watch his mouth because Juice WRLD is going to auto-tune that man to death. I promise you that.
Talk to him.
J. Cole's feature on 21 Savage's song, A Lot, was worth $634,000 according to Young Thug's The London. Here's the thing. They did a whole lot of complex math on this one to figure out that J. Cole probably charged this guy basically $2,000 a word on that song based off of something that was said on The London. It's a long drawn-out math equation. Either way, good for J. Cole. Also, it should be noted that all of that is speculation and not proven fact.
Talk to him.
Max B drops first single in 8 years with help from French Montana. I'm not certain when Max B is going to get out, but I believe when he does, he has had a lot of influence on hip-hop artists around that early 2009 pocket. I don't want to say he's single-handedly responsible for the crooning, singing rap era, but he was definitely one of the forefathers of that thing, especially with the new surge of rappers coming out. They may be directly or indirectly inspired by some of the stuff he was doing. Can't wait to see him get home, and when he does, what he has been cooking up.
Talk to him.
Up next, Jason Mitchell dropped from The Chi, his agent, management, and upcoming Netflix film. This again is alleged sexual misconduct. Now, here's the thing, right? I don't know if it's been proven. I don't know if it's true. I know that they said the co-star on The Chi that he was playing with, his girlfriend, I can't quite remember her name on the show, but I love his character on the show. But from what I understand, she did complain not only to the higher ups about how he was addressing her, but also there was some alleged sexual misconduct there. I hate to see a young man like this have all of his things taken away from him. But again, if this is something that he truly did, hey, let this be a lesson to all of you guys. In the workplace, be a respectful young gentleman. Don't be a creep.
Talk to him.
Grand jury indicts alleged Nipsey Hussle killer for homicide. All I can say to this is good, and I love this song. I like when justice is served.
Talk to him.
Tory Lanez says his Broke Leg single will go platinum in 10 seconds. Unless you know something that I don't know, I don't see this happening. That's it for the double time section of the podcast. We're going to wrap this thing up. Again, that's a wrap like safe sex and latex. What did you guys think of this particular segment? Please let me know in the comments section. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do I need to implement this on every podcast? I would really love your feedback. Anyway, again, make sure you also check the link in the bio so you guys can claim your CD. Again, I've purchased 100 CDs to give away to my biggest supporters for free. It's a copy of my first album, my first body of work, my first baby. So again, I only have 100 copies of those things. So when they are gone, they are gone. All you have to do is cover shipping, and I will send it to you regardless of where you are in the world, whether you're in the United States of America or Belize or wherever. I will send it to you. Make sure you guys join the Facebook group as well, the Hip Hop and Anime Vibes Facebook group. That's where we keep the conversations going based off of what it is we've discussed on the podcast. And also, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications because I don't want you to miss any of this pure hot fire, this pure hot Dylon that we are kicking out. All right? Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your boy DTown, repping DK all day, Dirty 330. What's good? Hip hop and anime vibes, aka the Black All Might, aka On Site, aka Katsuki Bakuglow, aka Eric Trillmonger, aka Pusha T Chala, aka Meek Milliardo Peacecraft, aka Faxamillion Pegasus, aka Sailor Goon. And in the name of the Goon, I'll see you next time. Peace.